If you're like me, then you've always been fascinated by the baddest, most tenacious creatures that exist here on our little blue planet. And if you're also like me, then when we think of nature's most relentless, fearless creatures, the honey badger often springs to mind. Its unrelenting boldness has earned it a reputation that far exceeds its modest size. But what if I told you there's a creature out there, a critter that shares many of the traits of the fierce yet tiny honey badger, but taken to extremes? A critter that's basically a supercharged version of this already badass animal. Well, if you keep watching, I'll introduce you to this very beast. When we think of nature's most tenacious, fearless creatures, the honey badger often springs to mind. Yet in the frozen reaches of the north, an even more formidable counterpart prowls the boreal forests and tundra. In many respects, the wolverine could be described as a jacked-up honey badger, possessing all the badger's legendary ferocity, but amplified in size, strength, and survival prowess. At first glance, the wolverine and honey badger share a similar low-slung, muscular build, but the wolverine dwarfs its smaller cousin. Adult wolverines weigh up to 25 kilograms, 55 pounds, roughly 3 times the mass of a typical honey badger, and measure up to a meter long, excluding the bushy tail. Their powerful limbs end in semi-retractable claws that are longer and more robust than those of honey badgers, allowing wolverines to excavate frozen carcasses from under meters of snow or to climb steep, rocky inclines in search of prey. Beneath a thick pelt of coarse fur, a dense layer of fat protects them from Arctic winters that would incapacitate most other mammals. In short, where the honey badger is built for tunneling and tussling in savannas and scrub, the wolverine's skeletal and muscular architecture equips it to dominate the world's harshest climates. Like the honey badger, wolverines display astonishing boldness when securing food. While honey badgers famously raid beehives and feast on venomous snakes without flinching, wolverines tackle the formidable task of scavenging caribou and elk carcasses left by wolves and bears. They possess one of the strongest known bite forces relative to body size, necessary to shear through frozen flesh and marrow-rich bones. Yet wolverines are not mere scavengers. They actively hunt small mammals, birds, and even moose calves when the opportunity arises. Their metabolic demands are high, and they may traverse over 20 kilometers in a single day in search of sustenance. This unyielding drive to feed, regardless of terrain or temperature, mirrors the honey badger's notorious single-mindedness, but amplified by the wolverine's superior endurance and range. Perhaps the most iconic trait of the honey badger is its willingness to confront animals far larger than itself. And wolverines take this behavior to new heights, with territory sizes that can exceed 1,000 square kilometers in northern Canada. Each wolverine must defend vast expanses against intruders. Should another predator or rival wolverine encroach, they engage in vicious combat, employing bone-crushing bites and slashing claws. Documented encounters show wolverines driving away wolves and even challenging bears at feeding sites. Where honey badgers might stare down lions and cobras, wolverines take on apex predators and emerge unbowed. This combination of territoriality and unshakable aggression cements their status as one of the North's most formidable carnivores. Both the honey badger and the wolverine share a remarkable resistance to toxins. Honey badgers shrugged off bee venom and cobra bites, while wolverines exhibit a resilience to the freezing, bacteria-rich environment of decaying carcasses. However, the wolverine's survival toolkit extends further. Its cardiovascular adaptations enable efficient heat retention, and its paws act as snowshoes, distributing its weight across deep snow to prevent sinking. Its sense of smell ranks among the keenest in the animal kingdom, allowing it to detect carrion buried under 2 meters of snow. These physiological traits permit wolverines to inhabit some of the planet's most forbidding regions year-round, an endurance far beyond that of any savanna-dwelling badger. Finally, the impact of wolverines on their ecosystems underscores their importance. As apex scavengers, they accelerate nutrient cycling by breaking down carcasses and limiting disease proliferation. Their hunting habits help regulate populations of smaller mammals, indirectly shaping vegetation dynamics. In this sense, just as honey badgers play a pivotal role in controlling pest species and seed dispersal in African ecosystems, wolverines exert a top-down influence that maintains the ecological balance in northern forests and tundra. In sum, while the honey badger's fearlessness and tenacity have captured imaginations worldwide, the wolverine elevates these qualities to a more extreme scale. With greater size, unmatched strength, and sophisticated adaptations to frigid wilderness, the Wolverine truly embodies the notion of a jacked-up honey badger. It stands not only as a marvel of raw animal power, but also as a testament to evolutionary ingenuity. Proof that sometimes nature's fiercest warriors are those who thrive where few others can survive. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to like and subscribe, and let me know what you thought in the comments below. Your support means the world to me and helps me continue producing these videos. Till next time, stay curious and keep asking questions. Thank you for watching. For more animal facts, stay tuned to Wildlife Symphony.